Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of the Foolish Fish News for all your usual update on esoteric books and art and paraphernalia and events and all the good stuff. And we're starting off this week with Horns of the Moon, which seems to be a second book in a series, the first being The Willow Path. So this is Troy Books, and Troy Books usually make some really nice editions, and you can see four of those editions going just on your screen right now. So various forms of regular hardback and deluxe hardbacks and so on and so forth, and they look really, really nice. So this is traditional witchcraft, and the book goes into traveling in spirit, how to interact with otherworld beings, cycles of time weaving in patterns of power that influence magical practices, Bask and Strega, moon water. I have no idea what that is. The use of sound, enchantments, and words of power in the art, and ritual possession as the mare in traditional witchcraft. So, the first book, the Willow Path, was very well received, and this second book looks equally nice. Details down in the description as always. Moving on to an interesting update from Theon Publishing, who have said that today, I'm recording on Thursday 29th of July, so a little later, presumably today, they should be opening pre-orders for The Cult of the Black Cube, the second edition. First edition sold out very, very quickly. So this is a book that is centered around the figure of Saturn, the planetary energies of Saturn, and so on and so forth. And it was very, very well received. Arthur Moros being the writer. So this second edition is going to get a new introduction by Thomas Vincenti, maybe some extra material by David Beth. So very, very excited for that. Details down in the description. By the time most of you, I expect, will be watching this, I suppose that this will be available for pre-ordering. Three Hand Press, so who've experienced a little bit of controversy in the recent couple of years, having taken money for a book and having never delivered it, are releasing or have released actually The Language of Birds. So this one is actually already made, and so there doesn't seem to be a big risk in picking this one up, by Dale Pendell. It looks very interesting. It's a re-release, so it was out of print since 2017, there's notes on change and divination through the language of birds. So as you possibly know, there are many beliefs around the world about if you see a particular kind of bird or in a particular number, then it means this, that, or the other. And this goes back to the Babylonians. It's a pretty ancient practice. Fully redesigned by Joseph Uccello, which is a good recommendation, a very good recommendation. So that's very, very exciting. The Keys to the Hoodo Kingdom is getting a third edition. So this is now the hardback collector's edition, which is available through Amazon. There's a paperback edition as well. If you're interested in the African traditional magical traditions, then this is again a very, very well respected introduction to that, and very exciting to see it getting a new edition, a new third edition. This one, I had a quick look through it. I'm probably a little less interested in, although I'm very interested in the Fae and in Fairies. This does seem to be watered down. I don't know how effective some of these would be, although you can see that it's based on good solid stuff, but it seems to be very I think watered down is probably the right way to put it. If it interests you, if maybe the more traditional, let's say, effective forms of magic, if you find that a little too full on, and some people do, understandably, then this could be interesting for you to check it out. It could be a nice introduction, possibly, if you're worried about getting your feet too wet too fast. This could be possibly a nice introduction to the shallow end. David Chaim Smith has released some new art from his forthcoming 6th volume of The Lightning Flash of Aleph. So that's always nice to know that the next volume is actually on its way. There's a nice excerpt from it which you can read there. Of course, I'll leave a link to this down in the description as always. But the art looks just as gorgeous as always. Sorry, David Chaim Smith, not art, but rather maps and renditions. All right, moving on to Atramentus Press, who have released images of their deluxe edition of the Codex Althaeban Malik, and it's been extremely expensive according to their story that I'm not sure if maybe I read it on Facebook. Their producer, the company who actually made the books themselves, that they outsourced, of course, said that with every book that they were creating, they could see their margin being cut finer and finer, because they're beautiful books. And just having a look there at what they look like, it's not surprising. It's not surprising. They look very, very nice. Of course, all sold out. I was telling you just a couple of weeks ago that the second edition of the Tarot of Ceremonial Magick by Lon Milo Duquette was about to get a re-release, and it is now re-released. So if you were hoping to get your hands on that, you can head off to the Magical Omaha and pick up a copy on its own, or for a few dollars more, you can get it together with the accompanying book. So that's nice. Little shout out to Doc Solomon's. I don't know how well known they are. I imagine that all of those of you who've been listening to the Glitch Bottle podcast probably know it very well. But some of you may not be listening to the Glitch Bottle podcast on a regular basis. Aaron and Carrie Leach have this website where they create the paraphernalia necessary for Solomonic magic. The very first stuff up here is, well, it's Carrie Leach offering her tarot reading services, and then the books that Aaron Leach wrote over here with some classes as well. Aaron Leach is very much into the Abramelin tradition, and you can check out the supplies and the courses and the all the rest of the stuff that he offers regarding that. But if you're not into Abramelin, that's all right. There are ritual candles, novena candles, planetary spell kits, and suffumigation kits, and virgin parchment, which is important for certainly for the greater key of Solomon. Some wands that have all been created in the appropriate manner, right? So with the right wood gathered on the right day in the right way, and so on and so forth. They're very careful that all of the stuff that they produce is created in the traditionally required way, and it's not just mass produced in a in a cheap warehouse, right? These are personally created in ceremonial conditions. Even this, apparently these hand painted magic circles, which look like they've been printed, are in fact hand painted, and they can take a very long time to create. Lots and lots of good stuff there. If you haven't checked out Doc Solomon's yet, that could be a little bit of fun for you there. They're going through their shop. All right, moving on to a couple of events. We've got Esotericism and the Varieties of Transformation. So this is organized by the Rittman Library. So a hybrid event live streamed from Amsterdam, so you can actually go there if you happen to be in the Netherlands or close to Amsterdam anyway. And if not, you can sign up to take part, or to then watch the stream after the event. Links down below, of course. I saw this very cool tarot deck. I guess I should have. I started talking about the events before I'd quite finished with this paraphernalia. Mystical Medleys. It's yet another tarot deck, of course, but I really like this art, this kind of early 20th century animation, spaghetti arms kind of art. I thought it was really nice and worth checking out. It's not out yet. It'll be published in October, so a couple of months to go yet. But yeah, that kind of Cuphead art really appeals to me, and I think that it fits so well to the topic, since the 1920s, 1910s, 20s, and 30s were really a big time for the occult, right, and for esoteric societies. So coming back to events, after that little interlude there, got States of Interconnectedness and the Concept of Self in Shamanistic Practices, which looks like a very interesting online webinar. This is offered by Dr. Angela Puka, and she'll be talking about altered states of consciousness. And that is happening on the 14th of August. Yes, 14th of August, in 2 weeks' time. So, yeah, if you're interested, go check out the link down below and register for that webinar. A couple of maybe a little less esoteric, but still talking about beautiful books here. Taschen have just released a new special edition, like a limited edition book. It's one of their XXL books. They tend to be enormous, 44 centimeters by 30. So that's absolutely huge, with 224 pages. I was just having a look through those, through the images that they've got there. So it's a hand sewn book, which is within this kind of twofold cover, and it looks really beautiful. If you're into Hokusai's paintings, this is definitely the way to own that, short of having the paintings themselves, of course. So yeah, very cool stuff there. And Audible's The Sandman, which I've been recommending because it's really so good and immersive. The Act 1 was so well produced, and just one of the best audio productions that I'd ever experienced, because it's really an experience. No, you don't just listen to it, you're fully there. And they have a date for the second act, so I guess that will cover the next few books, right? And they've got their full cast for it, looking pretty star-studded. Going through some of them here for you. Yeah, probably recognize many of these very impressive faces. There we go. And finally, my board game of the week, let me just scroll back up to the top there, is called Limbo. And it's a small skirmish game with cool miniatures. And it's basically angels versus demons, or rather it's two armies that enlist the angels and demons to help them out. It looks like the kind of game that I enjoy. Maybe some of you could be interested. I was kind of interested to see this very flamboyant Raphael, and then also on the demons side, we've got various cool miniatures. Yeah, if that's your kind of thing, then you're welcome. Go check it out. Looking at the price, yeah, just that's for the upgrade kit. So this seems to be the no, am I getting this wrong? Core game. Here we go. For the core game is $190 or Australian dollars. So yeah, far from cheap, but yeah, it looks really nice. Looks like they've put quite a lot of effort into those miniatures. There we go. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps with the whole thing, keeping the channel alive. If there's anything that you're particularly interested in, or if you're particularly excited in anything that you've seen today, don't forget to leave a little comment there. That also really helps. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you very soon with another video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.